Radiant rising, sacred sluts, and sensual souls. This is Isabel coming to you right now, a cosmic creatrix, erotically existing, and I'm here to talk to you about the elongated goodbye. Okay? So, this past week has been like, I have no full words to explain this past week. Emotionally speaking, mentally speaking, it has been that. Okay. It started on Thursday when I got high and wanted to reminisce about the last relationship that I had because it was beautiful and I was missing them. And so I reminisced, and in that reminiscing, I was like, fuck, what did I do? Why did I let this person go? I need to go back. I had this dream a couple of months ago, and I was like, maybe the dream was about them. Maybe the dream was telling me to not waste my opportunity and go back and all this other stuff, right? So, mind you, I recorded all of this. I'm gonna do something crazy today. I'm gonna do something emboldened and crazy. Bro. You know? Ah! Ah! I'm really grateful that this is happening, and I'm really grateful that I listened to myself and what I wanted in that moment, and I'm really grateful for what I'm feeling right now, and it's really cool. I stopped talking to them in April because my soul, my spirit, my body would not shut up about the fact that they were not the person that I was looking for. That the experiences that I had with them, amazing, phenomenal, beautiful, radiant, gorgeous, but they were not what I was looking for. And at that time, I didn't really know what I was looking for. I thought I just wanted to be able to have fun, to just enjoy myself. And at that specific time, that is what I wanted. That is what I needed. To just have fun and allow myself to feel romanced, desired, desirable. You know, when I met them, I felt like I was not desirable whatsoever. And they showed me deeply, continuously that I was. And that who I was wasn't too much, you know, because that's something that I think a lot of people, especially people like myself who are neurodivergent, who are tapped in spiritually, who are artists, like, all of the things. I have a lot of emotions, I have a lot of thoughts, I have a lot of existences, and all of this shit always ends up, not always, but in the past, has ended up feeling like it was too much, that people couldn't handle me for long periods of time. And that's okay too. I think we think that people need to stay in our lives for long periods of time to be impactful or for it to be meaningful. And that's not what it is. So, anyways, like I said, reminiscing, feeling, all this stuff. Me being in my semi-high, also super romantic headspace, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I wrote this to them, this like long ass love letter, telling them how afraid I was telling them that I'm now in a position to be ready to receive love, right? Cool. So I give them this letter, and when I'm telling them about the contents of the letter, we're walking and it's outside and the sun was shining, and then all of a sudden a random rain thunderstorm comes through and it pours down on us, and then I go into their house and I have to dry off and we talk, and then I leave. They had said goodbye to me in a way that felt very final, very final. But we still kept talking over the rest of this week. There's a strain to talking, a boundary to talking, pulling teeth type of talking. Because the reality is that the contract was over. The reality is that they continued on with their lives. I had continued on with my life, but I wanted to loop them back in. A lot of other things happened this week. My entire family is in my house right now. Last night, it came to a head where me and this person had a conversation, and it was so awkward and honestly painful. It was very painful because it felt like I was walking on eggshells, and like I was trying to apologize for something, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't good. It wasn't sexy. It was, you know. So yeah. Last night we talked, and they had said that they still didn't know what they wanted from me, and they had said they still didn't know what I wanted from them, and I had said that I wanted to be a girlfriend. Like, that was the word that was coming to my head, and they had said that they don't want a girlfriend. And so I said, okay, that's the end of that then. And then I turned off my phone, and this morning I saw that, you know, they had texted me like a final goodbye type of situation. And so I was emotional this morning, very emotional. I went downstairs, I sat on the grass, I breathed. I wrote poems, I wrote what I was feeling, I wrote what was in my head out because it needed to come out. And then I sat there. I was angry with myself this morning because I was like, you had deaded this shit. You had literally deleted this person's phone number from your phone. You had literally thrown out the one thing that you had of theirs. You had literally deaded this shit. Why did you open this up again? Why did you put us into this situation where you are now crying again? Part of me knows that part of it is a closure thing. It really is like this loop. The other thing is that what I had felt back at the ending of March, beginning of April, the realization that they weren't the person for me, or the person that I was looking for really, and the fact that I needed to get away or stop, was valid and given validity with them saying that they did not want a girlfriend. At the time, I did not know that I wanted to be a girlfriend. Now I do, and that's okay. So after the anger and the frustration, I really was able to just sit with myself and be like, I'm grateful that I did this. I'm grateful because now I know that I do want to be a girlfriend. Now I know that I'm desirable. Now I know that my actions have consequences. Now I know that it's important that I continue to listen to my body, because even if I don't have a clear understanding as to why my spirit is asking me to go or move or release something, there's always a reason. Even the fact that I felt this need to go and bring this letter to this person, to shed out my whole heart and all of this other type of stuff to get to exactly where I am right now. It was necessary. Because now I see the validity in me trusting myself a little bit more. Because now I was also able to see what my whiplash, indecision actions do to another person, and that I don't want to do that to another person that I care about. I was able to recognize my behaviors while I was reminiscing on them over this last week, the experiences that this other person had and explained to me. I recognized that I was doing a very similar thing that I did with my 5-year-long off and on situationship, turn relationship, back into situationship, turn back into relationship. At the beginning of that relationship, I had constantly known deeply that they did not want me long term, but I stayed. And I told them, I was like, you don't really want me. But they kept on being insistent about the fact that they did. And so I believed their words over my own. I let them chase me, and then I would reject them, and then they would come back for more. It was toxic. Wasn't good at all. Was not good at all. And I recognized that's a pattern that I was doing with this other person during the part in which we weren't actively talking. And it all feels interesting. Very interesting. Usually, the last couple of videos, I've been ending the video with kind of like a question to self, right? But I'm not going to do that this time. Instead, I am going to encourage you to listen to yourself and to give yourself grace when you don't. Because learning to listen to yourself is exactly that, learning. And here's the thing, I did listen to myself. I listened to myself when I realized that they were no longer the person for me, but there was a part of me that still deeply wanted them. A part of me, mainly my inner teen, that was desiring to feel the desirability that I felt in their arms and their gaze. There, of course, was more than that. I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't fall in love with this person in the short amount of period of time that we were talking, because I did. At least as far as falling in love could go at that time. And I think this moment has taught me once again that I know how to move through heartbreak, because my heart broke last night. It definitely did. I felt it. It was warm. And then it broke when I read that they did not want a girlfriend. And then it got really cool. And I was like, okay. This is okay. I am okay. I will be okay. And then I woke up this morning and I was in pain and I was frustrated and I went outside and I let that frustration go. And now I'm here and talking to you guys. And the rest of the day, I've decided to be very gentle with myself, take care of myself, clean up my space, feed myself. It's Venus Day, so it's all about love anyways, you know? So pouring love back into myself is deeply important, especially as I am gonna be going outside tomorrow. I'm gonna be, I don't like the word performing because of the connotation that it holds within my life. And I thought to myself, I'm gonna be gifting, you know, a psalm essentially to a community of folk tomorrow. But that just sounds like such a long-winded way of saying I'm gonna be performing somewhere tomorrow, you know? So, but words do matter. So tomorrow I'm gonna be going to a new community space and I'm gonna be presenting a psalm, which is what I'm calling my poems now, to the community that will be there. And I want to feel good. I want to feel safe. I want to feel secure. I want to feel as beautiful, radiant, loved, understood, cared for, known, desired as I am. So today, I'm gonna do that for myself so that tomorrow, when I go out into the world, that's the energy that I'm carrying with me. And that's the energy that I attract, because I do recognize, right, that the reason as to why the person, this previous person, was the situation that they were was because of the fact that all I was looking for that night was to be proven that I was desirable. That I was desirable in a way that made me feel good. Because I've been, you know, flirted with and people have, you know, come up to me and all that type of good stuff, but it's not been people that I actually find attractive. I found this person deeply attractive. Their soul was deeply attractive to me. And that was nice. We had a lot of chemistry. We have a lot of chemistry. Well, I guess had is a better term now. I don't know if we have chemistry now. But we had a lot of chemistry, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna go take care of myself today. And I'm gonna love on myself today because tomorrow is going to be phenomenal. I am going to be connected to new people, new community, and I'm gonna get to take these lessons with me into that space. And I'm grateful as all get out, y'all. I'm grateful. So have an amazing, full of love day, my beautiful, radiant, immaculate, sensual souls and sacred sluts. Once again, I am Isabel, the cosmic creatrix erotically existing, and if you like what you have seen, I hope that you stick around. Go ahead and subscribe and get to know me a little bit better.